This settlement right here is called Red Rocket, and it's one of the ones you get really early in the game. It's like the second settlement right after Sanctuary that, well, if it wasn't raining, you could see a Sanctuary straight down this road. Yeah, you can see some of the buildings to it over there, but it's like right by it. Before I go inside, I'll tell you ahead of time that there are a few of the companions in there. So if you I don't want to watch this. Okay, but in my opinion, this is one of the best settlements or bases when you're playing on the console, since there's a build limit of the amount of stuff you can do. As you can see, I already walled it off. If you want the ground even, I use these down here, which are shack foundations. They're the ones with the concrete, because you can stick them part way in the ground if you need to. And then you can make it even if you want to build a wall that lines up together all the way around. On the back side over here, I actually use the building as part of my wall. Right over there, I just had it go up to the wall and just block it all off. So you can do that. Then these are metal walls that normally go in a house. Up top I got these machine gun turrets. They're the Mark II. I got 4 of those, and then the missile turrets. I used to have traps on the inside, but they're not really worth having because every time you use one of the traps, you have to repair it afterwards, and it uses more resources. So now I'll go inside to show you the base. Then close it. Okay, when I go in here, the way I set it up, guard there. No one ever gets past those towers that I have out front anyways, and then a spotlight to make sure he can see everyone. And I don't know if you know, but there's a defense rating. Watch, if you go this, see at the top how it shows the defense rating, and then there's these guard posts right here. That only adds a defense rating of 2, but really your defense can be much higher regardless what that number says, because it gives you a defense rating of 2 even if your soldier that you have guarding it has his starting pipe pistol. Now if I actually talk to this guy to trade with him, you can see what he actually has. When you go to weapons, see, he actually has a fully upgraded missile launcher. And they only need 1 round of ammunition to have unlimited for the settlers. So really he'd shoot them for the 150 points of damage every shot, instead of the pipe pistol that would just do like 10 to 15. So the ratings aren't actually accurate. But you can give them even the Fat Man or whatever kind of weapons you want and fully upgrade them, give them to your settlers, and they can defend pretty well, even if you didn't have towers. I built this first building right here as a bunkhouse. That's just so it can house most of my settlers. It actually houses all the regular settlers, and then I have a second one down there that will do, this one's for my companions. You can assign the beds to them too. So I only have a few companions that I have here. And then on this side, I have some of my other stuff. You can get plants and furniture and all that. This is a magazine rack for some of the different things that I got. So depends on what you got. But you can fill your magazine racks and your bobblehead and all that. And radio, and you can put whatever you want on here. And there's the disco ball and paintings and all that stuff. So this is the one that I have my companions go inside of. And back here behind it I have one more guard tower, so they can see down the side, but it don't really matter. The towers are good enough on their own, or the soldiers with the unlimited ammo. And there's plenty of room for all the water that you need. There's no actual giant water puddle like there are in other bases, so you have to use the cheaper water things and just put more of them for the amount of water you need. And over here beside it, there's plenty of room to put your crops. You can only have up to 20 people, so if you have 20 or more crops, it's plenty good. And I have a little bit more than that. I prefer to put the corn and the potatoes and the mut fruits, those 3 mostly, because those with the purified water, you can keep making adhesives for like upgrading your weapons and armor and everything, so that works out good. This is also a good base for early in the game before you have all the supplies to build all this, because this building right here, it actually has doors and stuff that it comes with. You don't take them off or anything or add new ones. This one actually comes with doors. And see these lights right here, it actually has those. It comes with them. That's beside it. And these, they're kind of dim, so I put in these lights, then powered the building. But you don't have to. There'll still be at least dim light inside of here. And it comes with the counter and stuff. And it comes with a separate room back here that's closed off. So you could use this for your own room if you wanted. And it came with this computer and desk and all that. So if you don't have hardly any supplies, this is still a good place to start out. And then as you do get more supplies, the larger bases you're going to use a lot more in order to surround them and wall them off and everything. So this one uses less supplies to accomplish the same thing as other bases. And then inside of this garage area, it just comes with the workbench and this power armor thing. And I think that's about it. So I built all these other ones, the armor bench. You can put your cooking stove in here, chemistry station, the workshop stays in there, and then your weapons shop. So you can fit all these things that you need in order to make anything you're going to make in the game. And I brought my power armor in here that I upgraded a little bit. And I originally used just this room by itself until I built up the rest of it. And then this door, they can't open from the outside. They actually have to use this power button right here in order to open it. So that's pretty good for a defense right from the start. So you can keep that shut. No enemies can get in there. So their only entrance would be through here. Well, they have to go through one of those doors and then this. So it's a pretty good closed off area to start out with. And as you get resources, you can build it up like I did. I also built this for a little marketplace. I put the clinic in case you want to heal yourself from radiation or whatever it is. And I put the general store because when you assign someone to there, you can buy supplies from them. You know, the different junk that you'd find around the world. That way you can get supplies that you need when you want to go and upgrade your weapons and everything. And I put the restaurant right there for food and stuff. The reason I have that one is because when these people go to sleep, the one that does the bar and restaurant, they're still able to sell stuff to you. So if you have something and it's late at night and you want to sell it to make money, you can. And then I have a table so they can, sit there and do whatever. And a jukebox, which I don't have the music on right now because the copyright issues with YouTube. Also by this guard stand I put the siren here that's powered, so you can hit that and all your settlers will be alerted if somebody's gonna attack the base, so they could come over here and everyone can fire at them. That's the only entrance to the whole place is right there, so any enemies would pretty much be forced to come through here. This is where I originally had the traps, the shocking trap and flamethrowers and everything to burn them, but it's not necessary. You can use the towers and missiles. They'll do regular physical damage. And just equip some of your settlers and people that's in here. Equip them with energy weapons. That way you're doing multiple types of damage to your enemies. And they should be able to take out anything. So she's one of the store people. Then you can fit your generators here. The shack foundations, that's what I lined up from way over there. And just started surrounding the place with them because they'll snap together, so it works really nice. And then you can go all the way around with it. I just made like 2 houses that I built, the small one there for my companions and then the big bunkhouse. Then when you go up here, this is where my power is. You can link all your generators to each other or to this. I have it all to this switch pylon, which I can shut that down and see it shuts my base off. I can turn it back on. It powers everything again. Normally you don't need that. You can just have a normal pylon and just leave everything on at all times. But it helps because sometimes when you load the game, like your spotlights and stuff, they won't actually be sending light out. They'll be dark unless you do that. And if you add more lights to your base and stuff later, sometimes you have to turn the power off and on in order to get them to come on the first time. Also, in order to get power to go anywhere, it only goes a short distance from where it's at. Like these little pylons that you connect to the building, that'll only power like all the blocks that are connected to that one. And then so like the far end of the building, it won't actually power. So sometimes you need more than one of those. That's why for the next building over there, I linked it from this pylon across there. I might be able to get there if I jump on this. There you go. See, and then linked it across there to these. And then even these, I linked it over to there, to this for another one for the siren. And there's one up in there somewhere in the grass. I can't really see it. But that way you don't have like a bunch of wires right down where your people are. Because then I linked one there for the power, and then it goes down onto that building. That's how I have those lights inside there. And I've sent some over here because the missile launcher ones, you have to have power to those. And then I just wired it around here, and then you can send it over to that side if you want more power inside that little garage. But this base works out really well for me. You can try to build up there, but with the things I have right now, I'm pretty much at the limit. I can put like 1 or 2 more objects, and that's all it'll allow me to have. So you can only put so many. If you're on the computer, you can add mods and all that, but they might cause your system to freeze or lose your save files or different stuff, so I wouldn't really chance it myself with mods. If they're on the console, eventually I'll wait till Bethesda tests them and approves them first to make sure it ain't going to mess up my save games before I try any mods. So I hope you like my base. Let me know what you think. And there's one more thing I wanted to point out, but it is a spoiler for one of the minor side missions, so if you don't want any spoilers, you might want to turn this off right now. Okay, so as you can see, that robot down there, he's actually called the Drinking Buddy. And I got him from a mission, I don't know if it's in one of the other towns. It's Goodfinger, or I don't know what it is. I can look on the map and see what it is. Maybe. If I can remember where it was. Yeah, Good Neighbor. That's the name of it. There's some small side mission for a bar in that town. And he'll ask you to go get this robot, and it can make liquor for him. Well, I suggest keeping him for yourself instead when you go find him. And the reason why is because you can give him recipes to different types of liquor that you find, which you can usually find right behind the bars of any other town. You give him to those, and he makes liquor, and you can get it from him for free, and then you can sell it and make money that way. Kind of like how you can sell your water and crops and all the other stuff that your settlers produce. Well, he produces liquor for you, and you can sell that. So I'll show you what I mean.
Hey, buddy.
How about that local sports team? Did you see the game last week? Would you like a beer?
I'll take a beer.
Cold and refreshing.
So normally he'd have alcohol in here. I leave him with these 2 things that he came with because he has his own laser weapons and stuff like that and flamethrower. So I wouldn't take the ammo away from him. He doesn't use any of the ammo as long as he has 1 of each, I think. Then he can use his weapons. But normally then he'll have alcohol here. Sometimes it's 10 of each type that you have the recipe for. Other times it's 20. Just depends on how long you wait. I've had him maybe a day here, and I've gotten, I think 40-something of each type of alcohol, and I have 3 recipes. So that's over 120-something drinks that I was able to sell. So you make quite a bit of money if you just keep him for yourself and don't give him to the person that wanted him for the mission. So between that and all your crops and your water, you can make a decent amount of money. And also when you go to your workshop, if you didn't know, you can go in here, you press X for transfer, and when you press to the right, then see, this will be the excess stuff that your settlers have harvested. So you can take all of these things and then sell them. And that's why it's good to have the shops in your own place. See, and then has bottle caps because the stores. I don't know why that's in there. But you have your normal junk, which you don't want to take that out because that's your supplies for building stuff. But the excess that your people have harvested, that'll go in there. A little bit of the money that they've made off their stores. And it's convenient because you can just walk right over to your stores and then sell the stuff that you just got. So it can make you some money. So let me know what you think of this base. I personally like it. It's where I moved a lot of my stuff now because it's convenient and small, and it fits everything I really need in here anyways. Let me know if you guys have a different base that you prefer instead. Okay? Have fun.